shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain, game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival.
Salute! How are we all doing? It is nearly the festive period. It's nearly Christmas. It's literally just round the corner, and I hope you are well prepared for it. So what better than to discuss the Boxing Day fixtures, because it's up there with one of the fixtures you check out on the calendar. You know, first game of the season, when do you play your rivals? Boxing Day away at home, you know, a nice little Christmas piss-up if you're not already air of the dog in it from the night before. But we do enjoy it. It's one of the things we look forward to. And unfortunately for Burnley, we have to play the day after Boxing Day, but we will talk about that, as this is the EFL Championship prediction show. Get your comments in. Really do appreciate it as well. Just in Anthony's message. If you want, mate, take yourself off, and I'll just chinwag for a little bit until you get back. It's up to you. Take it easy. Just remember to wipe. That said, really appreciate all the love and support this year. I have had to do a lot of editing today for some strange reason, because the video I've been putting out, thanking you all for the subs, for the likes, for the sharing the stream and things like that, I got copyright claims for. It said it wouldn't affect the channel, but I obviously don't like seeing those two words CC written down next to the video. So I have muted that when it comes to it, but I have also come up with a little bit of something extra. But no, love it. As I say, I am on the red. I'm on the red for tonight. And yeah, it's nearly Christmas, isn't it? Treat yourself. Let's see what you guys have been saying. Henry says, evening, Dan. I'm multitasking as Liverpool are playing City, and it's 1-1 at half-time. Are you playing well, though, Henry? Are you playing well? That's the big question. That is the big question. Even though at 1-1, are you giving City a game, or are you just riding the wave? Stream Elements bots running. Big up to yourself. Speaking of big ups, big up to yourself now. Big up. Hope you're well. Henry says, wow, different, but I like it. Yeah, why not? None of this. We haven't got any of the World Cup stuff in the background now, which is always good. Football versus Cancer Talks channel. Talk MU, great guy, great channel. So please do go show your support to Football versus Cancer as well. Henry says that he's good, which is always great. Nice to know that you are all well, and looking forward to Christmas. Let us know what you're doing for that, where you're heading, what beer you've got in. Just, yeah, enjoy it. Tonight's going to be a laugh. Claret 1 says 2-2 now. Ah, really? Now says as well 2-2 now, Dan. Great game. It's like a basketball match. I'm guessing it's one of those where one team scores, and they do say once you've scored, you are prone to conceding. So I'm guessing it's like that. Nazi's in, says, oi. Evening to yourself, sir. Evening to yourself. And says, how's your dad? Well, great news is, the good news is he's now breathing on the ventilator. He's 80% breathing himself, 20% breathing, receiving oxygen. So that is a good sign. He's also off the sedation now, but that could take a good couple of days, hours, a week at a push even, for him to sort of come round, because it's been in his system for quite some time. So there is that as well. But he has started opening his eyes and sort of like trying to speak, which yeah, just it's all positive. It's all positive. They're still giving him the um, they're still giving him the medicine for the sepsis. Fingers crossed that clears up in the long run. But he's getting there. He's still in critical care, as I said. So I'm just got to take each day as it comes. Either, no matter what the situation, he won't be out for Christmas. But yeah, positive signs. Positive signs. So goes to show that he's trying his best to fight whatever has been thrown his way. So I appreciate that, Naz. Really, really do. And I did visit him. Was it yesterday, Kate? Went yesterday, day before, weren't it? And like I say, we're like talking to a lifeless person. So to hear that news today is brilliant. So I'm going to try and go and see him before the new year. Speaking of Kate, I know she's just off camera and I'm asking her questions, but she says, "Hi, Chuck, and hi to your fan self, gorgeous. Hope you are well. In fact, I know you're well. You sat there enjoying yourself, waving at me from afar, really far, literally 2 steps away." He says, "Yes, Dan, you're correct." It says hi to Kate as well. And Naz says, "Nice. Kudos to your dad. He's a fighter. Wish him a quick and full recovery." I appreciate that. And I did tell him the other day, although he might have been out of it, I did say that there's a lot of people that I've mentioned you to online and they pass on their regards and things like that. So I did mention it. So I really do appreciate it. Right. Football. One thing I do want you to do before we get into these predictions is drop a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and hit that notification bell to be notified when we next go live. As I say, we are going to be doing some things over the festive period, which I don't know whether the match previews are going to be about, but we do have 2 games coming up. The day after Boxing Day, which we will discuss very, very shortly. The Burnley-Birmingham fixture, we will be doing a live watch-along for. And the game on the 30th, Friday night, away at Stoke, should be also a good one as well. So we will be bringing you that. But like I say, please do drop a like on the video and subscribe if you can. It really does help us. Anthony is ready and waiting. He's done what he needs to do. He's even managed to clear whatever went down his fingernails beyond the paper. He is ready to go. We are on social media. By the way. You can find us on socials. I'll bring Anthony in as soon as you can see where to follow us on all the other platforms. And here he is, man like Anthony Herbert. How you doing?
Ooh, not too bad, Dan, and you?
Living the dream, mate. Living the dream.
Living the dream, yeah.
Don't know
least you
whose
had some-
dream I'm living.
Yeah.
I'm living summer.
Yeah, I just come in. I clocked the last bit you were saying. Obviously, obviously about your dad and that, and it's good signs, like sort of things. You're like what from what I've been here, well, what I just heard and that, and I just wish him all the best and that sort of thing. And
appreciate it. Really do
quicker he
appreciate
can
it.
get home, the better it will be, won't it? Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, he said before he was sedated, whether it's 2 legs or 4 wheels, he's not bothered now. I think just to get out of hospital and even be breathing,
yeah,
is a positive. If anything, what's happened of late, just hope there's no more setbacks. That's the main thing. I just hope there's no more setbacks from now.
Right, yeah.
We can just push forward on looking forward to the rehabilitation of trying to at least help him walk again, if possible.
Yeah.
if possible. Like I say, 20% chance. There's more chance of me getting the whole of this week's predictions correct than there is him walking again. That says something, doesn't it?
It says something, yeah. But
To be fair, I did take the piss. I took him a Christmas card in, and I know he couldn't hear me out. And it says from our house to yours, and I wrote Preston Hospital over the top. And then it says have a happy Christmas. So I changed that to Hoppy. And then inside I said, you usually leg this time of year anyway. So what does it matter? I'm sure when he gets round to reading it, he'll see the funny side of it. But that's just man and his sense of humour. We don't give a shit, and we just take it as it is. But
that's
no,
how
I really
it is.
appreciate it. It is. You either laugh or you cry, don't you? So,
But that's it. It's like what I said. You've got to have a sense of humour, and by the sounds of it, what you said, he's got the sense of humour, which is great. And I don't know. I suppose people ain't got one. Yeah, life.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Claret one says, "Is it cold in your house?" Usually, but I've got a warm glow about me. I think I've got my beer jacket on. That wine's warmed me up a little bit. Speaking of which, Kate, will you just bring me the rest of the bottle and the can as well that were in there, please? Please, don't be a stinge. Tell everyone what you're doing. Warning you. But yes, obviously, don't worry. None of us are having to use the kettle anyway, so I'm all right using the kettle cozy on my head, which ain't too bad. Happy with recent results. Happy the fact that the Premier League's coming back. I know, obviously, an Arsenal fan, but you do support your hometown team, Bristol City, as well. Good win.
Well, to be honest with you, yeah, we did. Yeah, we lost to Stoke, didn't we? So that was a bit of a disappointment. But my brother was there, and my brother told me, he said it was absolutely rubbish. He said the passing, the playing, he said Stoke could have won by, I think it was 2-1. We lost in the end, wasn't it? But it was. He said it could have been like easily 4, maybe 5-1 to Stoke. He said that we defended. We didn't defend that bad, but our attack was poor. Which, to be honest with you, is I've never known our attack to be poor. Is normally our bloody defense. To be honest with you, but sometimes that's how the way games go, and I think because obviously some players in the championship they've come back from the World Cup, haven't they? So and they're getting back into it as well. So I think they're tired, they're knackered. I think they just give them a 1 game break in it, and then just shove them in straight after.
No, they do. I mean, in terms of the championship teams, obviously the football's coming very, very thick and fast. I know for Burnley, we've got a game on the 27th. We played Manchester United only yesterday. Then we've got a game against Stoke on the 30th. Then away at Swansea on the 2nd. Then away at Bournemouth on the 7th. So they are coming literally. I know you've just been for one, but you don't have time to wipe your ass before your boots are on and you're back out on the pitch again, do you? So
that's right. Yeah. Thanks, Dan.
Sorry, I forgot it's called private chat for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah, it is so funny, exactly.
But no, appreciate you coming on, Anthony. First and foremost, tell people where they can find you, because obviously with Arsenal coming back, you'll be cracking on with the Premier League and Arsenal stuff back on the football channel. So let people know where they can show your show's support.
Yeah. Well, my socials is just Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and my name is Anthony Herbert. I host the show Friday nights at 9 o'clock on it's on the Man United channel on Football United TV, but it's called Gunners from All Corners, where we just get Arsenal fans on there. We talk about Arsenal and that's it. Whether it's good points, bad points, have a good debate, discussion, and a laugh. Basically, that's all you want on the stream, and that's what we do. And also Christmas time, you can find me in the pub playing rugby scrums and getting a black eye. So
You
And that's
enjoyed
it.
it though. You enjoyed it though. Did you have a good
Oh,
Christmas piss up though? That's the main thing.
oh, we did, yeah, yeah, we did. I did. I can't remember how I got in. To be honest with you, and also I got to be honest with you. Um, as you know, we haven't talked about it already, but me and Dan, obviously we do a show with Brad, didn't we?
Yeah, we do.
And on Monday night, the next night, I had a quiz with Brad, and it was the maximum points you can score was 54, and I got 32 out of 54. So I know you're gonna do one eventually sometime after Christmas, and I think Doug is gonna do one as well.
Is
And
it?
also,
Right.
I won a quiz last night as well for
Yes, you
first time
did.
in a long time.
You
Yeah,
did. You won the quiz on Chris's channel.
I did.
Congratulations. Well done on that.
Yeah. Well, Maisie said to me, she said, "Oh, I hope you win and come back with the gold." So that kind of stuck in there. I mean, the first 3 rounds I wasn't too bad, but the last two, bloody hell, I was only getting like out of 5 questions, most probably one question right, and it was worth 2 points. And then we had to sing a song in the end, Christmas songs at the end.
Yeah.
And
So,
me and Doug was the only ones singing because I don't know, I don't think Reese is keen on Christmas. And then we had 1.5 point each, but I won by 1 point.
yeah, you
One
did.
point.
You
Yeah.
did.
I gotta be honest with you. He does know his stuff, Doug.
Yeah, he does.
He does know his stuff. And I'm not just talking about football as well. I'm talking about other things as well. You know, different parts of the country and music and different other
Frozen.
things. Fruit. Oh, bloody hell, yeah. I don't know if that got clipped. Did you see my answer? Did you hear my answer on that?
No way.
Norway.
Speaking of which, Mr. Footleg Boat is in the building.
Hey, put that out.
Footleg Boat is in the building. How you doing, Doug? Hope you're well, mate. Hope you are well. Claret1 says it's 3-2 to City now. 3-2 to City. Wow, indeed.
Is it?
Wow, indeed.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Well, Boxing Day fixtures. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 games to give you. To be honest. And then we're not going to do the ones that happen on the Thursday and Friday, like the Stoke game that we'll be doing the watch along for. But we will be covering the New Year's fixtures next week as well. So tune in for that. But let's crack on. I mean, Anthony, you're absolutely romping it at the minute. Last week,
Yeah.
we all had a share of the spoils with 5 wins each.
Not bad.
You did get 5, Kate, because Coventry beat West Brom in that added game, 1-0. And you were the only one that went for Coventry. Me and Anthony went for a West Brom draw. So you did have 4 prior to Wednesday's game, but you got 1 back. So as it stands, you've got 55.
Yeah.
Kate's got 53. And again, I'm just making numbers up with 48. So, you know.
Well, hang on a second. You're not far off.
No,
You're
I
only
just need
5
both of you to have a shit week.
Yeah. You're only 5. Think of it. You're only 5 points behind Kate.
It's
So
true. 5 points away behind you, Kate.
no disrespect, because I think Kate's get do. I can see. Yeah, I think there is going to be one day where I'm going to have a shit week, and I think Kate will just gradually go in front. If you know what I
Well,
mean.
I've
Yeah,
enjoyed putting my predictions in already, so I have got them in already. There is a few. Kate's are in, mine are in already on there.
Really?
Yeah, we've already written ours down, so we can't change ours. What we've gone for, but apart from the teams, as I say, there's just a quick glance. But we've I thought if I do it first, then I've got no excuse. I'm not following what people are saying. I'm just going off my own accord. The missus says as well, I'll likely have a shit week. I'm sure I'll take your place soon, Daniel. I don't think so, but you never know. You never know. You know what I mean? It's just, we'll see. But everyone's saying hi to each other, which is great. Glad to see everybody getting on. As I say, it's a great time of year. And I
Yeah.
weren't going to wear my Santa hat. I was, but then I thought, I can't be arsed. I've got the wrong shaped head for it. I look
I
like an
wore
Easter egg.
my Arsenal's Santa hat on the stream
I've got a
last night.
Burnley one. But obviously because I've got an egghead and a really like fat gerbil pouch cheeks, it looks weird.
But the trouble is, I couldn't with mine. No matter how I positioned it, you couldn't see the badge.
Yeah, you've got to
So
basically make it stand up just so you can see the badge, don't you? But then you end
yeah,
up looking like a dunce.
yeah. And then I just had it down on the side there. And Chris said to me, he went, bloody hell, he said, that really does look like a bandage around your head, Ant. I was like, thanks, then. So you didn't hit your head as well.
Right then, let's get into it then. Boxing Day fixtures. I mean, first and foremost, I'd say, what are you doing for Christmas? Are you all set for it?
Yeah, we're all set for it. It's going to be an interesting one this year because we're having Christmas dinner around my missus, around Zoe's cousin's house,
Yeah.
and basically she gave birth to a little boy yesterday called Louis. So we're gonna
Oh,
go round there, obviously
congratulations.
Christmas Day and that, and check them out and see how they're doing, have dinner and all that round there. And then leading up to the new year, my youngest daughter, she's gonna give birth to my grandson. So it's gonna, it's gonna be an interesting year this year.
It is, isn't it? Is this the
Yeah.
first grandchild?
No, it might be my second. I got two
Second.
grandsons. Yeah,
Happy days.
yeah.
Happy
And I tell
days.
you what, I don't know. I just say to him, I said, look, I'm 43. I'm too bloody young to be a granddad.
Yeah. When you look
Just
like that, you know what I mean? You still got the dent in your reputation. Tell them to, behave themselves.
yeah, yeah, you do. But it is how it is, isn't it? Obviously, because
It is, yeah.
I'm not living with them. They live with their mum and that, and they act in front of you like they're paying attention and they're listening to you, and then when they're going out that door, bang, he's gone from there and out there, and it.
Oh,
So
100%. 100%. I am looking forward to the day when have eventual grandchildren later on in life.
yeah,
But then there's also that side of me that's like, no, don't do it.
no,
Don't do it.
no, 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 you don't want to do it. I mean, I'm not too sure how old, like, your kids are like roughly, but I always say, to be honest with
13
you,
to 11 and 1 5-year-old.
oh, blame me.
So I've got a bit of time to go yet.
You got a bit of time to go to them. Get saying to them, say, look, I don't want to be a granddad until I'm 50 or 55, early to mid 50s.
I'd even take them saying you never met your granddad because he died before you were born.
Oh God.
As long as that
Oh
means that I'm in my 80s before I go and they just don't bother, then that's fine. But obviously, like Kate says here, glad you are. I'm not. I've told them and all not to bother until near on 30. Well, put it one way, they'd be like, you better leave your door open. Trust me, I'll be sat out here with a sawn-off shotgun. Hear any little grunt, any grunt, and that's
any
it.
grunt. Yeah.
You could be blowing your nose now, and I will pull the trigger. I'm telling you.
Yeah, yeah. Especially it's like with well, two of my daughters. I think the middle one, my middle one, she's what was she now? He's she's almost 20, the middle one. So,
Wow, 20,
you
yeah.
know, yeah. And I think sometimes I just didn't want them to have them young. I know you can have a say, but whether they listen to you or not, that's entirely up to them. But I just try and say, hey, enjoy your life first before
Yeah.
all that comes in. Like, that you've got plenty of time for that. But
No, of course, of course.
yeah,
I think that's sometimes what it is, isn't it? That someone next to you just explaining to Kate how to play a game. But yeah, daughter number 1 said she doesn't want any kids herself and would rather adopt to help others, which is kind.
Hmm.
But if you think that just because you're adopting them, we're going to adopt them as well, I'm joking, obviously. You know, just I dread to think. Life's too short, and you make of it what you make of it, and
Yeah, yeah,
just don't rush in, don't do anything hasty. That's all I say.
no.
Right, back to football. Back to football. It's as I said, Boxing Day fixtures. We all look forward to it. It's a day out ahead of all the Christmas palaver, and you can vent that Christmas frustration, which is always good
Yeah,
when you're out on the football.
yeah.
Like Kate says there, I'm too busy writing on here anyhow. Don't want to think about it. I'm only 31. True that. True that. This is the week 18. Obviously, I think there's a few we've missed, but obviously I've still carried it on as the weeks, and we haven't done majority of the midweek ones. But as the festive period falls on certain moments, we still have to get these Boxing Day fixtures in there. Get your predictions in the chat as we go through these games. Please do get involved with us. It's always great to see what you guys think and how you guys predict these results will go. Naz says to me, the younger the better. Having kids/grandkids, at least you can run around or take them to the park for a game of footy, etc. In my opinion,
That's true.
there is that. There is that. I suppose there's pros and cons to it in there. Yeah, I get you. I do get where you're coming from. Right then, let's start off with a trip to London and Vicarage Road to be precise. Millwall, who are currently sat in 10th position with 32 points. Watford in 4th after having 2 draws, finally got a win with last weekend's results. That Watford got the win over Huddersfield, which, to be fair, the whipping boys of the division this season. They're on 37 points, so not much difference points-wise. Millwall with a win could put themselves within touching distance, a 2-point gap between the two. Watford, though, very hit and miss for a side that, as much as they're in 4th, the results have been hit and miss. Millwall are trying to fight to get in the playoffs, and I shouldn't say this. For me, I should just put Anthony down, Watford win.
You might. To be honest with you, Dan, you might as well because basically, Millwall, fuck them. I can't stand Millwall. You know all my stories about Millwall. The reason being that they're 10th at the minute. They're poor. They've only won 1 in 5, haven't they? Basically, in their last 5 games. Obviously, Watford, they've won, I think it's 2 in their last 5. So, and the way Watford is, I've been at the minute, I mean, they're undefeated in their last 4 games. So that's 2 wins, 2 draws. They were down. They were much further down the league, weren't they? They've climbed all the way up to 4th now, and I can't see Millwall winning this game. So I'll go 9-0 Watford.
I mean, Kate's gone for a Watford win.
Yeah, well done, Kate.
I think we're all on that same boat, really, with Watford. As much as Millwall for the last season and this season have tried to, get themselves in to the playoffs,
Yeah.
Watford are just too strong in terms of their players. As I say, people, let us know your predictions. Get them in. Get them in nice and early. Let us know who you are backing. Luke's in the building. Hope you're well, mate. Cracking win for you guys against the Unwashed, which we'll speak about in the next fixture. Nice 4-1. 4-1 or 3-1 that it ended. But yes, obviously, a good win for you guys against Bastards yesterday. 2-1 Watford, Luke's gone for, and Naz has gone for a Watford win as well. Personal reasons. Not wrong with that, mate. Not wrong with that at all. So clean sweep for Watford. Swiftly moving on then to the unwashed, who take a trip to the Stadium of Light. Blackburn obviously up in third, 39 points. They won their last game, funnily enough, against Norwich, which was a good result for them, winning 2-0, although they were second best in the game. I don't know how they got that result. Did watch that, but they are facing a Sunderland side who are 13th in the table. The last three results are a win, loss, and a draw. 31 points. It just goes to show, look, I'm saying Sunderland in 13th and Blackburn in third. Blackburn have 39, Sunderland have 31. You know, they can put themselves within touching distance of that playoffs with a win, depending on results around them. Henry says 2-1 Sunderland win. Henry's gone for a 3-2 Watford win as well. Claret wants a can't bet against Watford. Luke says 4-1 it ended. Yeah, it did end 4-1. Blackburn, will they want a comeback result as much as it was the cup?
Yeah.
Similar to Burnley, Blackburn really focuses trying to keep themselves within that playoff hunt.
Well, trouble is, what did we say on last week's stream? Blackburn, obviously, they were third. They weren't playing that great. And for a team to be third in the championship, they were what?
Yeah.
I think their goal difference was what, -1?
Yeah, it's on +1 now, but
Yeah.
still
So,
shit. Still shit for all the other teams that are around them.
and it makes you think how a team could be third in the championship with a minus goal difference last week. I gotta be honest with you. You've got Blackburn. That's third. They want to go out and do something in this game. Also, you've got Sunderland as well. You know, if they win, if they want to go out and win this game, they're a point, as far as we know, go just judging on the table now, they're a point away from the playoffs. So
Yeah, they are, yeah.
round about New Year time, beginning of January, that's where Sunderland would be aiming. They'd be trying to be aiming that to get in that sixth spot, just to get into that playoffs. Can they do it, Sunderland? They most probably could, but I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm gonna go on this game. You know what? I'm gonna go on the fence with this one.
Great man, think alike, mate. Because I'm on the fence.
You on the fence?
Yes. Even I've gone for a draw between the unwashed and Sunderland. Although I will happily lose a point on this one. I couldn't give a shit. I would rather Sunderland beat them, but I just think that they'll want a bit of a bounce back result from that Forest game.
Yeah.
Sunderland at home, though, I think if it was at Ewood Park, we could be looking at a bit of a different story. But yeah, I'm with you on being on the fence. Henry says 2-1 Sunderland win. Kate's gone Sunderland win. Luke's gone Sunderland 1-0. As I say, you're with Kate then.
Yeah.
And every Burnley fan alive who's gone for Sunderland. You know, I want Sunderland to win it, of course, but I'm starting to think logically in this league now. I think I'm having to try and think logically, hoping that we can. Hopefully, I can claw back some dignity. But yes, I would happily lose the point on that one. Your side next have a tough fixture. Bristol City facing off against West Brom. Obviously, suffered the defeat against Coventry. Obviously, they beat Rotherham the game before, but losing away at Coventry, you must think, being away from home again, there's a good chance you can get 3 points here against West Brom.
There is a good chance, you know, that we could get 3 points against West Brom. I mean, I've gone to this game before, going back a few seasons ago when our old manager, Steve Cottrell, and he's I went to the West Brom game, went away, and we drew 2-2, and I think they beat us in the second game 2-1 and knocked us out. But to be honest with you, whenever Bristol City has played West Brom, it has been really close. So, I mean, obviously, City being at home advantage. I think the way they played against Stoke in the last game, I think, was poor. So, you know what? I know they're my team, but I'm going to go on the fence with this one as well.
No, you're with Kate. You're with Kate this time. I've vacated my seat, and Kate has joined you on the fence. She's gone for a draw in this fixture. Henry says there, which is a very good point. West Brom just lost, so they could take it out on Bristol City in terms of trying to get back to that winning ways.
Yeah, they could do. Yeah.
That said, I am of that similar thinking. Last week I backed Bristol City. This week I have backed against them. I've gone for West Brom to put things right after the game against Coventry. I think they will want to nip that game in the bud. You know, it were a little blip and try and get themselves back up the table. Although a win for you will propel you above them by a point. So, you know, there's a lot of incentives for Bristol City to be winning this game. But
Yeah, I mean they could win it. It's like what you said. If they win it, they get 30 points. They'll be on 30 points, and then going into the table now, there'd be 4 points. But I mean, with all the other teams playing, they could do something and pull some out of the bag. But I mean, to be honest with you, with Bristol City, I think you know what, if we even if we finish 14th or 12th, something like that, I'll be happy with that. Mid-table, just under mid-table, the way how things are going in the minute.
no, as survival has got to be the number one priority with where you are at the moment, hasn't it? You know, trying to at least get yourselves clear of that, which would be good. A result against West Brom would be a fantastic result in doing that. Speaking of which, two teams very well and truly in the mud. Hull City and Blackpool. Hull occupy 21st spot, Blackpool in 22nd. Only 2 points between the two clubs. Blackpool have a -9 goal difference. Hull have a -14. So they are conceding goals left, right, and centre, Hull. However, both teams have been poor. 2 draws in the last 2 games, both of them.
Yeah.
So they are very similar on paper going into this one. Could you see it being 3 back-to-back draws, or do you think one of these teams are going to have the upper hand in the battle for survival?
It certainly looks that way, doesn't it? You know, well, like that you can't split them down the difference. I mean, it looks like it would be a draw, but we discussed on last week's show. There's problems at Hull City.
Yeah.
In there, there's really problems, and it's not just necessarily to do with the players, the manager. It's to do with the backboard staff as well. You know, and that is not really going right for them at the minute. And I think, to be honest with you, I think Hull might go down this season. I think Hull would they might do, yeah. It depends. They've got to start picking up. You've got to start picking up points. Exactly the same thing as Blackpool. But this is a game to do it in.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it is a game to do it. But I'm really stuck and confused with this one. I don't know whether to go for a draw or go for a Blackpool win.
It's a coupon buster, isn't it? It's a coupon buster.
It is, but it's like what I say. I've seen Blackpool play, and they didn't look that bad going forward. Seriously, they're attacking. They didn't really look that bad at all. If I was to favour it, I think I'll favour the Blackpool. I'll go for a Blackpool win on this, Dan. It's only because of the goal difference as well. You know, Hull on -14, Blackpool on what is it, -9?
Yeah, -9, yeah.
So I'll most probably go for a Blackpool win.
Oh, interesting shout. Claret 1 has gone for a Harry Potter's glasses by the looks of it, 0-0. And True Red has gone for Blackpool 2-1. This is the first game where we have all gone different. The first one where we are all different. You have gone for Blackpool. Kate's remained on the fence. I just thought about the players that Hull have. You know, like Jean-Michel Seri, the what's he called? Estupinen. the bloke they have on loan as well. From, I think
Yeah, it's
Fenerbahce.
something like that. But what have they done?
No, that is true. That is true.
Yeah,
I just thought when I looked at it and I thought both teams very, very equal. Is it going to be down to what quality shows on the day? And
yeah,
no shame in going for Blackpool because Charlie Patino, who obviously on loan from Arsenal, Jerry
yeah.
Yates up top for Blackpool has been prolific this season as well. When it comes to him being in front of goal and he gets, actually buries them opportunities. The only reason I've gone for Hull is just because for one or two players that I thought may be a bit stronger than
Yeah,
Blackpool starting 11. But this is a potential banana skin game where it could go either way.
it
And
is. Yeah,
I'm glad to see that all three of us have sort of,
yeah.
backed differently. And
But
who knows? Who knows?
all I'm gonna say is don't be fooled by where these teams are in the championship, where
Yeah.
they stand, because I tell you something now. Dan knows that I do have I don't advise betting, but if you win on a few bets, it's fine, it's fair enough.
Every
I'm not.
every weekend for you, pretty much. But
Yeah, and I've got to be honest. I got to be honest with you. I've never won on a Boxing Day.
have you not? See,
No.
I always win opening day of the season
Yeah.
and then jack shit for the rest of it.
Yeah.
I
I've
win
had
about
that when I
15 quid,
first.
and I've probably spent more than that in the full season. But
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. I've had my
I-
brother go in and collect a bet for me. I won a bet once, and I stuck what was it? I think it was something daft. It was a 50p bet, and and I said to my brother, I said, look, go in the bookies, get this. I said, that's a winning ticket, that's mine. I said, but this one, forgetting that, you can have this one. Right? He went, all right then. So I had the big bet. And on the 50p bet, it come in. It was £1.80 on a bet. On a 50p bet I won. He went, you wanker. He said, I wonder why you fucking got me. We just did it. I do it for the laugh. He threw the £1.80 down on the floor. I said, think through that. I said, you can have a bet with that.
yeah, you could, yeah. Chance it yourself and see if you can win anything more.
Yeah.
Why
But
not?
yeah, but don't be fooled, mate, because there will be a few shockers Boxing Day, and
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen. So that thought was just come into my head. So I'm going to start doing. It'll
That's
be a
dangerous,
few.
that Anthony. Very
I
dangerous.
know, I know, I know.
But that said, the wine
So
is now
just tell you,
finished. The wine bottle
yeah.
is over. I were on 19 crams for anyone that hasn't
Oh
had it. I
yeah,
was on the red wine. Like I say, 19 crams. It's decent. I nearly picked up a bottle. It has an infusion of coffee in it, and I thought, do I try it? But then I thought I'll go with something I like,
yeah.
and it's not bad. £7 a bottle are happy enough.
Oh, they on our Christmas, they we was having beer, and then they got all these tequila shots in, and it was like tequila.
Tequila
Yeah,
rose, mwah, like
tequila
strawberry
rose.
milkshake.
Then it was tequila honey.
Ooh, tequila honey
Mm,
sounds wrong.
yeah, and it was that. And then there was another one was tequila, and it had coffee in it,
Hmm.
right? And oh, fuck it, the coffee one was I got somebody said to me because I pulled a face. It was like, oh, like it was really vile. And he turned around and said, "What's wrong?" I said, "What's wrong?" I said, "That is that." And they went, "Well, what does it taste like?" Well, obviously, I turned around and said, "I gotta be honest with you. It tastes like some sort of ass juice. It was vile. It was absolute vile." I said, "No, I wouldn't be having that."
Yeah, I won't. I won't. Kate did say there that she went for a draw on the last two while sorting the washing out, which she did, which we did mention.
We did
Um,
mention that, yeah.
but that
She
said,
was sorting the washing, eh?
she's been doing the washing ahead of
Oh,
Christmas, getting
well
it
done,
done,
Kate.
making sure
Something
I've
I
got
tell
some
you
tidy
what, I
whities
don't
to
know.
wear over the over the festive period.
But someone's got to do it.
I've actually got a Santa thong that she bought me one year as a joke, and I think about a year or two before my nana died,
Mm,
I wore it. And we went to my nana's house, And I give her a card and she went, oh, will you pin it up on wall up there? So I've made sure my pants are off, hanging off my arse. I had this Santa thong on. And I went, whereabouts? Do you want it up here? Obviously, my top and everything had roared up. Bloody hell,
Yeah.
Danny, what you wearing? Cover yourself up, will you? It were funny, though. It were funny. In fact, the jeans I was wearing that day kept falling down my ankles, didn't they? Up way down to my nana's, my jeans kept falling around my ankles as well.
Oh,
But
God.
fun times. Fun times.
Yeah.
And you can't blame
Yeah.
me. She's dead now. It weren't my fault. It wasn't the shock, I promise. But no, that said, onto a team who in fact, let me just answer this question. Claret One says, give up the wine, get some sparse rum down you. Now, I do love a sparse rum, I will tell you that for free. I like the Captain Morgan's.
Yeah,
Captain Morgan's is good. Dead Man's Fingers is a nice one as well. Dead Man's Fingers is good. I want to try the one that my father-in-law likes, and he likes like a pineapple rum.
Yeah.
Yes, you heard me correctly. It's a pineapple rum, but he drinks it with ginger beer, and he says it's really, really nice.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to try it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I think the last time I spoke to him, he said, "Oh, you can have one later on if you want." And he never got it out the cupboard, the type bastard. So I'm hoping this year, if he's got any left and he hasn't touched it, I might be like, "Well, do you remember a few years ago? I'm gasping here. My mouth's been dry for about a year and a half.
All year, yeah. But I've tried it. It's nice. You'll like it.
Is it good?
You know what? I don't like. I'm not. I don't like ginger beer. But I'll be honest with you. That the ginger beer in that, it gives it a lovely taste.
Is it almost like the bitter and the sweet that works together?
Yeah, it corresponds together.
Like an angel pissing on your tongue. It's like when you have your first beer, innit?
Yeah.
An angel pissing on your tongue. That's what I said when I went to pub straight out, first thing after COVID. I went, oh, tastes like an angel pissing on my tongue. Those be that bar were laughing their head off. But that said, Middlesbrough, Riverside Stadium. Borough obviously lost their last game, which was to Burnley. That 3-1 defeat. Wigan, under Kolo Toure, they have drawn and lost in theirs. 24 points for Wigan, who sit in 23rd. Borough, okay, they were facing top of the league in Burnley, but had 3 wins behind them before that. Expect them to get back to winning ways against Wigan?
Yeah, I do too. You've got a favourite Middlesbrough. I think what is I've got the bloody manager's name. He's Michael Carrick, isn't it?
Yeah, Carrick. Yeah.
Yeah. He hasn't done too bad. I mean, you look at Middlesbrough; they've had 3 wins in their last 5. Obviously, they lost their last game, and Wigan, you know, they've won 1 and drawn 2 in their last 5. But
yeah.
But they got that new manager now, haven't they? The ex-Arsenal defender, Kolo Toure. So I think, you know, he's had a few good teachers. You know, he's been under Arsene Wenger, and he went to Man City as well, didn't he?
Kolo Toure, yeah. I think he had a stint. Did he have a stint at Celtic, or did he just go there on the staff?
I think he did have a stint at Celtic as well, but I think the manager of Man City at that time when he went there, I think it was Mancini.
At City, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, he's been under 2 good managers, and like obviously the information could be stored up here, you know, obviously out learning the game and that, and he'll bring his own thing into it as well. But the way I was going, you've got to favour Middlesbrough for the win.
Yeah, I think that's everybody. All of us, all 3 of us have gone for Borough. Myself, yourself, and my good lady have gone for Middlesbrough as well. As she says there, Middlesbrough win. Claret One says 2-0 as well. Yeah, I thought Middlesbrough did well when they came to the turf. It was a similar game to Swansea. They gave us a bit of a got us involved in the game, took the game to us a little bit, but we, as we do at home, just end up putting the games to bed. Luke says there, Carrick versus Torre, what a battle. Middlesbrough 2-1 is Luke's prediction. Henry's going to be interesting this one. I'm going 1-0 Wigan. Foxy says Borough to win 3-1, 2 from Chuba Akpom as well.
Oh.
Wow. Big getting even the goal scorers in there, Foxy. Love it. Clark wants a City of 1-3-2. I wonder why Henry had gone a bit quiet on the scoreline.
Can you remember Akpom playing a few games? Because he come up from the Arsenal reserves.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. He did play for Arsenal, didn't he, Akpom?
Yeah.
Not a bad little player. I think he's had a few loans, hasn't he, if I'm not mistaken?
He has had a few loans, most of them obviously in the Championship. But do you know what? To me, he's a defensive midfielder. He really gets stuck in, and he's there. He's running all right. He reminds me of like a Patrick Vieira,
Yeah.
sort of thing, kind of guy. And I'm surprised because I thought when I watched him play for Arsenal and that, I thought to myself, he's a good, tidy little player, but we had too much talent there in that team at the time. He wouldn't have got obviously as many games as he wanted, so it was better that Wenger sold him at that time. But yeah, not a bad little player. I'm surprised that he didn't manage to stay in the Premier League, to be honest with you.
No, we're just looking actually from 2013 to 2018. He'd made 4 appearances for Arsenal, but during that time, he made 4 appearances on loan at Brentford, 6 appearances on loan at Coventry, 7 appearances on loan at Nottingham Forest. These are all with 0 goals, by the way. Then went on loan to Hull, played 36 games and only scored 3, which you've got to think as a striker, quite a poor return at the time. Then went on loan to Brighton in 2017, 10 appearances, nothing. Then Sint-Truiden in the Belgian Pro League, 16 appearances, 6 goals. Then went on and made a permanent move to PAOK, 54 appearances and 14 goals. And then from Borough, he had a loan last season back at PAOK, 34 appearances, 7 goals. But altogether for Borough, he's had 54 appearances, 14 goals. And maybe he's found his level now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know why he's a striker. He wasn't really a striker. He was more of a centre midfielder. But he was more of a box-to-box kind of guy,
Yeah, not a bad player at all. Not a bad player at all. Speaking of players that are playing bad, though, Huddersfield taking the trip to Deepdale in this next game. Huddersfield rock bottom of the division, not even broke the 20-point barrier yet. 2 defeats in their last 2. Preston, however, in 7th, on the cusp of the playoffs. They did lose last weekend, however. They did lose to QPR. But it might have been a draw. I'm not sure. I think QPR won 1-0.
QPR did win 1-0, yeah, because they're 6th now, so they have gone up. They did win.
But Preston ahead of that. Prior to that, obviously they'd lost previous but won the last 2. QPR obviously had the new manager bounce as well with Neil, whatever his name is, not Neil Erdley. Is it Neil? No, not Neil Erdley. What's he called? Neil Critchley. Yeah, Critchley.
Yeah.
Critchley had gone in at QPR. But Preston at home to Huddersfield. Being at Deepdale, do you think Huddersfield are the whipping boys of this division? Straight to League One for them. So much trouble.
Yeah.
On and off the pitch, isn't there?
Yeah, there is trouble on and off the pitch. And I mean, with teams like that, you've got to think as well. You just ain't got to go, obviously, just on and off the pitch. You've got to look at the back board staff as well. I'm thinking, well, why are they in this position? I don't think they've got money. I mean, even if when the January transfer window comes up, I can't see him getting any players. If they do get players, you're talking loans.
Yeah.
You know, might get one or two loans in, but is I don't think he's going to be enough for them. I I think is I think they're going to be one of those teams that gets relegated from the Championship, League One. They get promoted, you know, back to the Championship. They'll be like what
Yo-yo in between League One
yeah,
and
like you know, like your
season in,
Norwich City
season out.
between Championship and Premier League. That's going to be them between Championship and League One. That's what Huddersfield is. That is that kind of team now. So yeah, I'll go for a Preston win on this one, Dan.
No, you're not the only one, mate. You are not the only one. I've gone for Preston as well. I think Preston should do it at Deepdale. Kate says Preston as well. Henry's gone for Preston 2-0. Huddersfield into League One in May. Claret 1 has gone for 2-0 to Preston. Luke talking about Lad Baby, but then says Preston 2-0 against Huddersfield. Foxy's gone for Huddersfield to 1-0. Haven't P&E lost 2 back-to-back at home? Potentially. I can't see other than the fact that they've lost 1, won 1, lost 1, won the last 2 prior to that.
What I said is Boxing Day fixtures, Dan, and anything
Boxing
can
Day
happen.
fixtures, it can. Kate's talking about Lad Baby and the Christmas number 1. But we all know who's going to be number 1 at Christmas in the Championship, don't we? Oi, oi!
Yay!
Don't have to say too. Fuck you, Sheffield United. But it is a clean sweep for Preston, you bastard. Now, speaking of Yorkshire teams not doing well in Huddersfield,
Yeah.
we take the trip to Rotherham, the New York Stadium. They host Stoke City. Rotherham in 19th with 26 points. Stoke are in 17th with 29. So literally a 3-point gap between them and not much on the goal difference as well. -6 for Rotherham, -4 for Stoke. Stoke winning their last fixture. Rotherham losing their last 2 on the bounce. However, at home, how do you see this one going between the two?
You know what? I don't think if it don't make a difference if Rotherham was home or if Rotherham was playing away. Rotherham has been poor of late. I mean, we beat them the week before City. We beat them 3-1. Remember in the not last week, week before, and obviously losing to Stoke last week. We were poor. I expect Rotherham to play better than against Stoke than what we did, but I just can't see Rotherham. I just can't see Rotherham winning. I mean, it's very, very close. I mean, there's only a win in it between them.
Yeah.
3 points.
Yeah. There's only 3 points between the two.
So, you know, Stoke got 2 wins and a draw. Rotherham's only got 1 draw and 1 win. So, I mean, Rotherham will want to be up for this. What should I go for? I know what I said about Rotherham though. You know what? Even though what I said about Rotherham, and I'll stick by it, I'm going to go on the fence with this one, Dan.
Oh, again.
I gotta go for a few shockers because it is Boxing Day fixtures. It always happens.
No, it does.
So,
it does.
You got time. You got time to change yours if you want, Dan. You know.
No, I've already written it in.
Yeah.
I will not be putting a cross through any, otherwise it will look a little bit sheepish. I have put mine in. But you know, Kate's gone for a Stoke win. You've obviously gone on the fence. Claret 1's gone for a Rotherham win, winning 1-0. Foxy's gone for 2-2. Stoke scored at least 2 goals in 4 of their last 5 games. Rotherham pretty much score every home game. Not a bad shout, that, Foxy, to be fair. Not a bad shout at all. Henry's also said 1-1 draw, which obviously favours Foxy and Henry's comment. Both favour your prediction, Anthony, on the being on the fence. Luke
Yeah.
says, just talking about Lad Baby again with Kate. And Luke says, Rotherham 2-1 against Stoke. Well, I'm with Claret 1 and Luke. I have gone for Rotherham, so it's an even split amongst the three of us for this fixture.
Makes it more interesting.
It does. It does make it interesting, which is always great. Always great. So myself with Rotherham, yourself on the fence, and Kate with the away side. That said, the team in second, sticking with Yorkshire home sides, Sheffield United at home to a very informed Coventry at the minute. Even though there's been shit off the field, on the field, they've been shit hot. And they travel to Bramall Lane, currently in 8th, when they were looking like a team destined for relegation. Sheffield United, though, won their last 3, been in inspiring form. They are 10. There is 10 points. 11 points between the two. But it can all change. Like you say, it is Boxing Day. Everything goes out of the window.
Yeah.
Coventry away from home. See them getting anything at Bramall Lane, Anthony?
Do you know what? This one's a really hard one to call because you go back. I know Sheffield United are second, and if they win, which they want to do, they're going to be on the same points as you now, Sheffield United. So,
yeah.
But I like Coventry as well. There's something about Coventry City that I like. I think they're great. So, and they're not doing that bad, are they, Coventry? I mean, they're 8th. They're 1 point away from the playoff. But then again, it's like what I said, at this time between Boxing Day and New Year, that's if your team near there, that's where you want to be aiming for, is that 6th position, that playoff. So they've both got something to go for. Sheffield United to be joint top, and Coventry to win to be in the playoffs. But the way how I see it, I feel like Sheffield United just might edge it. But if they do edge it, you're talking by a goal. This game has got either a 2-1 or a 1-0 win.
Oh,
and I'll go for Sheffield United, but I know for a fact I'm going to lose this one on the next show, and you're going to say, "And you should have went for Coventry." My mind's saying Sheffield United, but my gut's saying Coventry.
I say that. I went for Coventry against Swansea, but then me and you both went for them to draw against West Brom. So we all went for Coventry to beat Swansea, but we didn't. Only Kate went for them to beat West Brom last week.
Yeah.
It is a clean sweep for the home side, though. Kate has gone with Sheffield United. I personally have gone with Sheffield United as well. I just think at Bramall Lane they are too strong.
Yeah.
Although I do agree with Claret One's comment. Come on, Coventry. Let's put a bit of daylight between us and them as well. Luke says here, Sheffield United 1, Coventry 1. Feel sorry for Coventry because it's the Wasps who had the issues, not them. There is that. I do agree with that. Foxy says Sheffield United 3-2. They just won't stop Victor Gyökeres scoring. Hopefully a draw. Yeah, a draw favours Burnley as well, to be fair. But I do think just Sheffield United are too strong.
Yeah, it's like I said, Sheffield United are legit for the win.
They're going to be they're our main threat in terms of winning the title.
And it's the players they got in this season as well, Dan.
Yeah.
Sheffield United. I mean, they've won 4 out of 5 games. Sheffield United. So, and Burnley, you're actually on the same. I mean, you won, and then when you lost, who did you lose to? Your
We
last
lost
game,
to
your last
Sheffield.
league
The last game we lost in was against Sheffield United
was against Sheffield. Was
in
it?
the league. Yeah.
Well, it couldn't have been because he lost exactly the same as you on the same day.
Not we. Prior to that, we lost against Watford 1-0.
Watford, yeah, and on the same day they lost to somebody else. So
Yeah, we've lost two. We've lost two as well.
yeah,
They've lost five. They've lost five.
they
We've lost two.
yeah they've lost five and lost two, but trouble is though, it's like what I said, you both won 13. I mean, I'm looking at it now. Obviously, you both won 13. You've drawn 8. They've drawn 5. You've lost 2. They've lost 5. So, but the only thing that's in it, obviously, they're keeping up on your twos. And well, the goal difference, you've got plus 22 and they got plus 18. So, you know what I mean? So the goal difference is a bit
Mm.
all right. I know it's only 4 goals, but you know, it's going to be so close between you and them to win that league.
No, it definitely is. Definitely is. Brad's in the chat as well. He says Sheffield United smash Coventry 6-0. Are you actually in? Are you in St Ives now, Brad? Are you
Yeah,
actually in St Ives now? Because I think he went yesterday, didn't he?
yeah, he went yesterday. I seen a thing. I think he had
I'm hoping that you had a safe travels, a safe flight to Newquay, and then travel down to St Ives, mate. So I hope everything is well. Let us know in the chat. And he says, "Hey, up, it's Slim Shady hosting the channel, cheeky bastard." Uh, Henry says, "I'm going for Coventry in good vein of form, 2-1. Not bad, not bad shout." Fox says, since September, Sheffield United have only kept a clean sheet at home to Huddersfield, which means they are prone to conceding. And like you say, Coventry, I think it was you yourself, Foxy, who said obviously Gyökeres potentially getting on the score sheet will happen. Nate's in the chat, so hope you're well, Nate. Get yourself involved. Play catch up. Let us know with who you're going in the for the scores during these games. Next up, then, because it's been a clean sweep for Sheffield United, two teams sort of in and out of form. Cardiff entertain QPR at the Cardiff City Stadium. Cardiff again not doing great this season. Sat in 20th, only 2 points away from the drop. They've drawn their last 2 games though against QPR, who, under that new manager bounce under Critchley, managed to turn 4 losses into a win last week. QPR really under Critchley to keep up momentum, or do you think Cardiff now, knowing that it's Boxing Day, and like you said, with it being Boxing Day, form, whatever goes out the window, a result
Yeah,
on Boxing Day at home is always a good thing.
yeah.
Tough game to call for you.
It is a tough game because I mean, on last week's show we were talking about QPR manager, weren't we? The new manager,
Yeah.
and I got to be honest with you, they did play well in their first game, but as time goes on, you see what he's like, and you know he's had quite a few jobs. I think it may have been beginner's luck. I'm I'm gonna go. I've got to go for an underdog in this one, Dan, and I am gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go for a Cardiff win on this one. I know it seems a bit stupid to say that, but that's how I feel. I like QPR. Don't get me wrong; they're a good team. Queens Park Rangers, I do like them, but it's because it's Boxing Day fixtures, and I see that there's most underdogs that do win on Boxing Day. So this is going to be one of them. I'm going to go for. So I'm going to go put me down for a Cardiff win.
Right. Well, you are on your own. You are on
Yeah.
your own again. Another game where all 3 of us have gone for different predictions. You have backed Cardiff at home. You guys in the chat are saying Nate says 2-1 to QPR. Henry's gone for QPR to win 3-0. Brad's gone for a 0-0 draw, a bore draw, as he says there as well. Luke's gone for 2-0 to QPR. Foxy says low scoring draw, 1-1. Kate's gone for the QPR win. and Claret One's gone for a QPR win as well. Like I say, Kit has gone for the QPR win. You've gone for Cardiff. I am still on the fence. I am on the fence in this fixture. I just think that, again, thinking like you thought, Boxing Day is the hangover of the fact it's the away
Christmas.
team. There's always got that little bit of a hangover because you've got the travelling as well behind you, which can be a bit of a drag. But speaking of teams that are going to have to drag themselves out of it after a loss to the Inbreds last week, Norwich City, they do occupy the playoff spots. They are in 5th position, 35 points. Luton have 30 in 15th. Like I say, 10 points adrift from Norwich, but yet only 5 points away from them, which it's mad. It's mad is this division. This division is throwing up everything left, right, and centre. Just one win for any team mid-table could literally bring them up to the playoffs. It's so strange. Yeah. Luton being the home side against Norwich. Norwich obviously will want to put things right, losing 2-0 at home to Blackburn, but being away from home, do you think the home side will have the advantage? Kenilworth Road is a bit of a daunting place to go to, isn't it? Never mind on Boxing Day.
It is a daunting place to go to. And I just think they got to tidy up the pitch. You know, if there's any bricks or broken glass and stones, just pick them up before the game kicks off. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get. I'm gonna have to go for a Norwich win on this one, Dan. I can't see anything else in this one, to be honest with you. I know it seems like a bit of a shocker, but Luton, I mean, they're 15th on 30 points. All right, I know they're 4 points behind behind QPR, which is sitting 6th. Well, it's not comfortably in 6th, is it? But I just feel that with Luton, I mean, we signed their best midfielder. He went to Bristol City this season, and you know that's why they're struggling, because this time last season Luton were pretty much, I think they were up round about where Coventry City were. I think they were up round about 8th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
I just think Norwich City, and to be honest with you, they haven't sold any players, have they, Norwich, since they've come down. I keep saying it every week. I'm very surprised that they are 5th. I would have put them in 3rd position, but with more points than Blackburn, maybe a point behind Sheffield United, technically. But I mean, only time we'll find out. I mean, there's another 20 games to go. Well, is it 20 games or 23 games or something like that to go? So, it's all to play for. But yeah, I just put me down for a Norwich win on that one.
No problemo. You are with Kate. You are with Kate in the thought process for Norwich. Luke's gone for Norwich 3-1. Just Me says, hello to your bad self. Hope you are well, Just Me. Nate says Norwich win. Brad says Hatters 3, Tommy Six Fingers 2 regarding Norwich. As I said, Kate has gone for Norwich. Henry has gone for Pookie goal will win it. Foxy says Luton 1-0 at half-time. Norwich second half comeback to win 2-1. Very, very precise there, Foxy, mate. Really do, matters more when there's money on it. So let's just say that. Nate says Josh Sargent goal scorer in his Norwich win prediction as well. Claret 1 has gone on the fence. Brad says tongue in cheek, Norwich fans, I only jest. But I am with the Claret 1. I am with the one and only, the Claret 1. I have gone on the fence. I think Luton at home on Boxing Day could potentially get a point out of Norwich. So there is 2 games left to call, and I'm just counting on all of you in here Thank you very much for the love and support. I really do appreciate it. If you could and you haven't already, please do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit that notification bell to be notified when we next go live. And as I have said to you, we will be live over the festive period, bringing you a live watch along Tuesday night, the night after Boxing Day. We'll be bringing you a watch along of Burnley versus QPR. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff at Turf Moor, but we will be live at 7:45 to bring you that one. And this one, though, will be at 7:30 on the 30th of this year. We will be bringing you the Burnley watch along away at Stoke as well. So do please join us for them. That said, the game that we have mentioned, we will be mentioning very, very soon. But next up, we have Reading against Swansea. Now, Reading 1-2, lost one in their last three, 32 points, sat in 12th. Swansea, however, are sat in 11th. So not much difference. Not much difference at all. Both level on 32 points. Swansea have the better goal difference with -2. Reading have -7. However, Swansea sort of the draw specialist between the two. They've
But did
won
you
8,
see it
drawn 8.
last week? Last week
Yes.
they were they losing 3-0 and it was 3-0?
Yeah. They were 3-0 down.
Yeah.
3-0 down because that was the game that I had. That was a Coventry game, yeah. Because we all went for Coventry. I thought 3-0. I thought, oh, we've got that result in the bag.
Yeah.
And then Swansea came back and completely tore up the hymn sheet. You'd like to think that, again, away from home, they're going to put up a good fight against Reading.
Yeah. I think they will do. It's not much. I know they're the away team, but it's not far to travel, is it? Between Swansea within Wales and Reading is reasonably local. So it's just I'm gonna have to go on this one. I think Reading they've already won 2 in their 5. Swansea hasn't won. Now Swansea they want to win now, and I think this could be a game that they could win. And if it's anything like if they play like how they did last week at this game, they'll be bringing the 3 points in. So this is why I favour Swansea. And yeah, I just think they're going to go for it. They need that win, and I think they'll get it. And not that I think it puts them up now. Let's have a look. I think that puts them up now from 32. But if they win, they get 35 points, and they'll be on the same points as what Norwich City are on in a minute.
Yeah.
So there is that. So I reckon, and they want to be going up towards the playoffs as well. So it's too hard to predict anywhere from, let's say, well, from third down, basically, from Blackburn Rovers down to maybe Luton, because you're only talking 3 wins, aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's round about from 15th position. Even West Brom is 16th. So
Yeah.
it was anything can happen. So, but on this one, I'm going to go for a Swansea win with this one, Dan.
And you are not on your own. I have backed Swansea as well, mate. So we are in the same predicament. Just a quick message from Brad. He says, absolute legend, mate. Do show Dan all the sport you can. God has brilliant content. Keep up the great work, mate. Thank you. Really appreciate it. But also, myself and Anthony do love to go onto Brad's channel and put ourselves through the paces for most of these top 10 battles. So please do show your support to Brad and the Top 10 Battles channel. Please do go over there and check it out. Not just yet. While you're here, enjoy while you're here. But at the end of this, please do go over there, head over there and show your support, because great guy, absolutely great guy, really trying to grow his channel as well. And it's not just football. There's other aspects to these top 10 battles with what he's doing. And, he's great. He's still finding his feet in it, and he deserves all the
Yeah,
support.
yeah,
So
he
please,
does
please do
deserve
keep
it. And to be
supporting him.
honest with you, it's like what I said with the quiz. Well, here it is, Brad. There you go. I take my hat off to you because
I'm not taking mine off. I haven't shaved my head.
come on, let's take it off. It's always Christmas. Let's have a laugh.
Been have a laugh.
But no, I mean, to be honest with you, he's done really, really well, Brad. And
Yeah.
that quiz, I tell you what a hard quiz that was. And it was mind-boggling. But even though it was mind-boggling, it was a quiz that you can enjoy as well. So, I mean, I didn't do too bad. I'm not being big-headed about myself. I would have liked to have done better, but I think the points that I got, Dan would be lucky to reach that.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
but yeah,
Definitely, pal.
he's a good guy. Let's get him closer to. I think he's coming up to roughly near a 200 mark. Is it 200 subs on his show?
I'm not sure with Brad. I think last time I looked at 100 and something. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Um,
140.
let me have a look.
Okay.
Top 10 battles. Okay, it brings up every other channel. Why don't I just look through my subscriptions, Daniel? Clown. That'd have been quicker.
It comes up when you type in matter of opinion as well. It comes up on that.
Yeah, that'll be probably where it comes up more than else. It's there completely. Yeah, he's at 129. So if we can, people, if we can, at least let's get him towards that 150 mark. Let's try and get him to that 150 mark. I'd appreciate it if you could all go and show your support. That would be absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So please, 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 let's do that. That would be brilliant. Go show your support to top 10 battles, but don't leave us yet because we still have another game to speak about. Foxy says 2-1 to Reading. Nate's gone 1-1. Brad's gone 2-2. Luke's gone for 2-1 as well. Claret 1's gone 2-1 Reading. Henry's gone for a 0-0 boring draw. Brad says, cheers, Dan and Anthony. Appreciate it. Brad, feel free, Brad, if you are in, to put, in fact, tell you what, I'll see if I can do it because I have. The reason I've not been going live on my phone is obviously with everything going on at my dad, I've got to keep my phone to one side as well. Just in case I receive that phone call. But what I will do, people, is I will put the link to Brad's channel in the description. I'll put it in the. I'm going to start putting it in the description as well. But
trouble is though is I mean Dan is on here. We're exactly the same on Brad's channel. Brad's, you know, he's saying his own thing as well, you know, and it's basically it's just top 10 battles between me and Dan. He's the judge. We do have a joke and a laugh, and we have some opinions. Sometimes we don't have a go with our opinions. If anything, out of my opinions and Dan's opinions, we're taking most of the time we're taking a piss out of our each other's opinions, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, of course.
It's a good one. It's a good stream. If you want to have a laugh and you'll enjoy it. So
you will. The link is there. The link is right there on the screen. And if you are in the chat, please, please, please do and go and show your support. Naz, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. We've got Brad. We're at the 130 mark. That's something. But let's try our best to get it even further as well. Really would appreciate it. And he says there, my brother. Now, next time you go to St. Ives, you bastard, you better invite me. Don't fuck off without me in future. I want a trip down south. Take me with you next time.
Dan, you'll love it. You love St. Ives.
Oh,
anywhere
mate,
in Cornwall.
My mum lived in Penzance, so
yeah.
Before she moved back, after obviously my nana passed away, and she took on my nana's house, which was the house that she grew up in, pretty much. So, So yeah, Centaurs was a regular place for us to go when we went down, and
Yeah,
absolutely
I
brilliant.
can
I love
remember it's with
Penzance,
yeah,
Camborne, just all the places around there,
yeah. I mean,
and
St
things like
Ives
that.
for me is the best one. Nuke is not too bad. I mean, we've
Newquay's
got all
more of
the
your touristy, piss-uppy place, isn't it?
piss up people, surfing dudes. They like surfing because the
Yeah.
waves down there are a bit rough, and obviously with the, the stag dudes that's down there is unbelievable. I can remember being there with my daughters at one time, and the guy was dressed up. He was obviously on his stag. There was loads of them dressed up. You remember the program years ago, Baywatch? They had their red.
Yeah,
The guys
yeah,
had
yeah.
their red swimming costumes on,
Some
and
people stand in the darkness.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, and I think they were drunk walking along the street. They were a bit loud, but and they were dressed up in that, and what some of them had a wig on, so it was like down here, and it was all dangling out, like sort of thing. And my daughter went, "What's he got there?" Nothing. Carry on walking. They were young at the time.
No, well, we are at that point where, as a Burnley channel, and funnily enough, it is the final game of the Boxing Day fixture weekend. It is the 8 o'clock fixture at Turf Moor, where the Clarets take on Birmingham. Now, the previous game between Burnley and Birmingham finished one apiece.
Yeah.
So, no, I have just clicked the completely wrong thing. What am I doing? Um, but yeah, it was 1-1 in the last one. If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure it was 1-1. I can't remember. I remember it being 1-1 off the top of my head. I think they got one late. They got an equaliser late on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And
the,
I got
the
yeah,
wine's took over, people. The wine has took over. This is an empty bottle now. I've put, it's empty when I've stuck the cork back in the top. And
so stop.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
Brad, I'll send this through the Leeds and Liverpool canal, and hopefully it'll reach St. Ives with a message going, I hope you're at 150 subs by now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
But
that's it for Kate to say, look, the bottle's empty. I need a refill.
well, I think I might grab a quick drink before I go up, maybe. But um, we shall see. We shall see. Burnley, though, Anthony, top of the division at Christmas, 47 points, 22 goal difference, the best scoring team in all of English football at the moment.
And defending. Yeah.
And yeah, back at Turf Moor, undefeated at Turf Moor, especially this season. In fact, undefeated at Turf Moor since 2015 against Preston, which is
Yeah.
some bloody going in terms of championship games. Obviously,
Yeah.
take away the Premier League stuff, but from championship
Yeah.
perspective, 2015 against Preston is when Birmingham, however, won their last game last week. Obviously, at home to Reading. We'd all gone Reading last week, a bit of a shitter. But Burnley at home, very, very, very good side.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, you're top of the league. It's like what you said. The last game was 1-0. Birmingham scored later on in the game. I keep saying on these streams, on these prediction streams, Dan, Birmingham are. I think 90% of the time they could be anybody's bogey team. I really think they can. And I mean, I don't know if you studied your team on this. I mean, in all fairness, is Burnley got any injured players? Like, you missing a star man in defence or in midfield?
No, no. I mean, we
No.
had Connor Roberts sent off against Middlesbrough, but we ended up with we ended up with, he got sent off because apparently he handled the ball, but he didn't. He hit the crossbar, so that's been rescinded.
Yeah.
Brad, just to let you know, if you're still in the chat, I have made you a mod. So I do appreciate it. You are a mod on the channel. I thought you were already a mod. To be fair, I do remember you. I have made you a mod though, so thank you very much.
Yeah, he was asking when he was asking to be like, or he was asking to be a mod on your chat. I think to be honest with you, it was on one of our streams, if I remember correctly, like wink wink. I think Brad got down on his knees and begged you to be a mod on your channel. Is that right, Dan? I might.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. I might have had to pull me old man out my pants just to make sure that, I had to put it away because he was trying to get it out, saying, please, I'll do anything.
Oh God.
But no, jokes aside, Brad.
See, this is why people should be subscribing to Brad's channel as well.
Yeah, because he will do anything.
You do anything.
That said, though, I mean, who would you back then, Anthony? Who would you back in this?
Like I said, I think Birmingham could be anyone's boogie team in this division, and then again, I always say don't get fooled because it's Boxing Day. You've got to go for a few underdogs. I went for a Sheffield United win, which would bring Burnley up to bring them up to the same points as Burnley. But after this game, I could still see Burnley being top. So I'm going to go on the last result that they played. I'm going to go on the fence with this one, Dan. Again.
Interesting. I mean, you did say Boxing Day does throw up a few twists and turns.
Yeah. I didn't put you down for a lose, though. I didn't put you down for a lose.
No, you didn't. You didn't. To be fair, you did.
No.
You did say. You actually backed Burnley to beat Borough last week.
I did, and I do throw in quite a lot of win for Burnley, but it's just that Boxing Day thing I got, and
a bit of a hoodoo, isn't there?
You put Bristol City down as a well, you put them down that they're going to lose bastards, and that's. But yeah, that's
fair enough. I will give you that.
That's gonna be my. But yeah, that's it. They're enough to be anyone's boogie team in this.
No, I appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Burlington Ardar says greetings to your fan self. BTRD, hope you are well. Merry Christmas to your fan self. Foxy says Burnley win, but Blues will give them a good game. They will. I'll take that, Brad. Love that optimism, my friend. Love that optimism. Burnley 4, Birmingham 2. I will take it. Although I will also take a 2-0 and a clean sheet. I will take that. Henry's gone 3-0.
Just put it back in your zipper, mate. Just put it back in your zipper.
I'm having to make room for it. There's so much blood going to it at the minute.
Oh my God.
Oof. 3-0 Clarets, Teller, Rodriguez, and Ian Matson with the goals. Fingers crossed we see Teller back, actually, because I think he's been out with like a bit of a cold or flu type symptoms. So it'd be good to see him back. Plus, I think we have Anas Sarori back as well from the World Cup, who's been away with Morocco. So it'd be good to have him back in as well.
You didn't tell me that.
Luke's gone for Burnley to win 2-0. As I said, I will take it. Brad says, haha, I'll look out for the bottle. Save says he has a bad feeling, which we saw earlier. Brad says, make sure you guys smash the likes and hit the subscribe button if you're new. Appreciate it, Brad. Really do. Really do. Appreciate it. As a mod now as well, it means even more when you do shout that out. Claret 1 says, we have to be putting these teams to bed. 3-0 for me. We do. We should, especially at Turf Moor, we should be doing. It is a tough one to call, or as the man, the myth, the legend that is Connor.
Connor McBride. Oh, he ain't gonna like what I said about QPR, is he?
No, not when you went for Cardiff. No, definitely not.
No. No, sorry, Connor.
Definitely not. But
Is it
hope you well,
7-0?
Connor.
Did I put 7-0 down? Sorry, Connor. I'll change that to 2-1. I'll give you a goal at least.
Hey, why not? Why not? Saif says, "What's your reaction on our loss to United? I think we played well, but still think we weren't clinical enough in the final third. The stats don't lie.
No,
The stats don't lie. We had a very good chance through Darko Cherlinov. If he hits on the inside of his boot, that's a goal. An inch away from goal with a shot from Ashley Barnes could have been it. For me, it was about. I don't think we were clinical enough on the day.
no.
We
And I
weren't
got to be
clinical
honest
enough.
with
We had
you,
the
Dan.
10 shots and one on target.
Is Man United and God blimey
Yeah.
that Rashford's goal.
That
Oh,
that
that
don't get me started on that Rashford goal, because that was very much similar to the Heung-min Son goal of Spurs against Burnley as well.
yeah,
Like,
it
for
was.
me,
Now you
it's
mention it.
that for me is you take a tactical yellow. You take a tactical yellow no matter where you are on the
Mm,
pitch.
yeah,
Take a tactical yellow, stick a foot in early. We didn't. We let him walk through.
no,
Bad defending for
but
me. But I don't want to look at it and think of the negatives, because I thought
no,
we
because
actually did
you
a
got to
really
think.
good game. We took the
I
game
think
to
it was a
them.
good game. Yeah, you
Even Ten
did,
Hag
and
said that as well. Even Ten
yeah,
Hag said we
yeah,
in fact, there was the interview Ten Hag said to TV and the interview that Ten Hag said to Man United TV was completely different. He said that, we was in a game to Sky Sports, but to Man United TV, he said Burnley have probably been one of the better teams we've come up against than the majority of some of the Premier League teams we've faced this season.
yeah. He did. Yeah, he said
And
that in
that
his
speaks
interview,
volumes.
and it does speak volumes. And if I was a Burnley fan, oh,
Connor says if Ant was a woman, I'd marry him.
oh God. Cheers, Connor.
He'd still be the
Yeah,
one that drinks pants and drinks you under the table, Connor.
yeah, yeah. Well, does that include rugby scrums as well? Does it? Um, but yeah, if I was a Burnley fan, I'll be happy with that. And
Yeah.
I know you lost. You lost the game 2-0. I know because obviously Christian Eriksen scored the first goal. But look at that. With Burnley, you can take 90% positives out of that game. Can't you? You can, which you can, can't you? You could take at least
Yeah, yeah.
90% positives out of that game and bring me in your game on to the weekend against Birmingham. But how's the widescreen TV now? Oh God, she's upstairs at the minute. I think she wants my body, but I'm into Dan. Stay on for an extra 20 minutes. It was, but yeah, I mean, look at that. Look, the positives that you've got. There's more positives than negatives, and that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, of
And
course.
so I would be happy with that. 2-0. I mean, and I know it was a brilliant goal, a class goal by Rashford. But if you're going to lose, you want to lose on a class goal like that and not like a shitty tap in or an own goal, if you know what I
No,
mean. So,
no. No, I agree. Cyber leader's in. Hope you are well, Cyber leader. Hope you're well, mate. BTID says, enjoyed last night. Was good to stand up for 90 minutes. Yeah, 7,500 clarets at Old Trafford yesterday.
that's
Sang
not,
their
yeah,
hearts out. We have literally sold out every away game bar one this season, and
yeah,
it has been an absolute fantastic support away from home.
yeah.
Can't
Because
fault it.
I was
Cannot
watching
fault
your
it.
stream. I was watching your stream last night, Dan, even though I was on Chris's last night. But I think when your stream started, I think I watched the first 40 minutes because obviously I had to prepare myself to go on Chris's stream last night, if you know what I mean. And I mean, you was only 1-0, that you were losing 1-0 at that time, obviously with the Ericsson's goal. And
Yeah,
there was times where I watched it on there, and I was watching it on when I was on the stream as well, Chris's stream. I was watching bits of the game, like sort of thing. And I thought to myself, hang on a second, there was a time I can't remember what period of the game, but the period I was watching, I thought, okay, now he's all burning it,
Mm.
you know. So, but yeah,
Well, it
yeah,
says
I think
something.
you're.
I went onto the United agenda at the end of the game. When I finished
Oh
my
yeah,
stream, I went over there and I was speaking to Mr. B on there, and he even agreed that the halftime whistle came at the best point for Manchester United, because at 1-0 up,
yeah,
as soon as we went 1-0 down, we grew. We almost went,
yeah,
whoa, lace your boots, time to up it a level.
yeah,
And we did, and
yeah,
halftime whistle favoured them because we were starting to find our feet and get into the game.
yeah.
Looking at the
He's a
comments,
nice.
like Burton Little Ardar says here, Benson didn't look out of place like that last night. And some of the Man
No,
United fans I've spoken to said, if you can keep hold of Manuel Benson, he will be an unreal player for us.
yeah,
So let's
yeah.
see what happens on there.
I
Saif
I
says
got
here,
back.
go
He's
on,
a nice
sorry,
guy,
Anthony.
Mr. B. He's a nice guy as well, Mr. B.
Yeah, he is.
You know, I chat to him every now and then. I got his number, and he was on our stream. We did our Christmas stream on the Football United channel, and that was Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday night, and I was on there with Mr. B, always having a joke, always having a laugh. He winds me up, yeah, all in good fun, and I give it back to him all in good fun. And he really is a nice guy. He's honest as well, you know.
Yeah.
He will speak honest about the game, and I know for a fact he would have praised you lot up in the way how you was playing against Man United.
Yeah, he did. He said he's already looking forward to the two-legged games against us next season, which, like I say, can't say much fairer words than that.
Yeah,
Save says here there are rumours that Pace said that we won't sign anyone, but I still think we need an attacking centre mid and a fast striker. I've been screaming out for a fast striker for years, but
yeah,
let's not be hasty with what we've done. Our squad is very, very young. Put your trust in what we have got. Let's
yeah,
not bite the hand that feeds us, right? Because
mm,
all of a sudden it started going great doesn't mean that we have to find something better. Yes, I totally agree. We need a fast striker. What we have at the moment, I am very happy with. If it means that we send Halil Dervisoglu back to Brentford and we then get Dennis Undev from Brighton, which apparently is a link that we've got on loan, I would still be happy
yeah,
with that. I'd still be happy with that because we've
yeah,
replaced what we still already have. But let's not be hasty. I think with the way we're going as a team, keep doing what we're doing with what we've got. We can only grow from here, game by game. Growth has got to be the key. And who knows?
yeah,
Let's get to the Premier League, and that fast striker could come from a team that's already relegated. Could we've got more chance of
yeah,
signing somebody of quality if we get promoted as well. So let's not bite the hand that feeds us. I'm very
yeah.
happy with the squad we have got.
And when you
Let's
get
not
promoted,
do that.
Dan, and
Yeah,
I'm going to say, when you get promoted, look at the striker you got out on loan. Is it Weghorst?
yeah.
The
Vegos as well. We've still got
Yeah,
him to come back.
you've got him to come back. I think he'll start. He'd be more interesting. Like, you know, if you obviously when you get promoted to the Premier League, he'll come back. He'll want to play Premier League football again, and that'd be his season. That'd be your main striker for next season in the Premier League.
Well, that's another thing. I mean, what Claret One says here, I love Barnes, but come on, yes, I totally agree. Ashley Barnes is way past it now for me. He is
Mm.
past it now. And yes, okay, the bastard destroyer, whatever you want to call him, he's been a club legend. But we do need another striker who's. I've said we've needed a pacey striker since we lost Andre Gray.
Yeah,
I've said that for a long time. And, prior to him, it was Ings. We've had Austin. We've had a few decent strikers. But yeah, I mean, Sabali, your comment there, I see Dan doesn't like Cornet. I loved Cornet. Maxwell Cornet was the shit for Burnley, but, I think you said it here, Cornet injured but training at the moment. I've spoke to a lot of West Ham fans talking about how he's, it was a minimal injury, but now he's been out for a long
mm,
time.
mm,
I've spoken about it a little bit too much. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
And I can't really say
Brownhill,
too much on him.
you got Brownhill. He's a good player.
For me, Josh Brownhill's a Premier League player, and I'm surprised he's still wearing a claret and blue shirt.
He come from the best team, didn't he? Bristol City.
I was going to say he started his career at Preston, but yeah, I'll give you the Bristol City mark. I'll give you that. Burnley to lad, I seen Joe at half time. I'm guessing you mean Joe from Turfcast. But yeah, Joe is a good lad. He looked like he was in the festive spirit. I bet he was. Brad said, "What did Dubravka do, by the way? United fans are losing it about his performance." Well, he kept his first clean sheet as a Manchester United goalkeeper, but he came out for a cross. He's gone to punch it away. It's hit the back end of his knuckles, gone behind him, and nearly conceded an OG. But it's not just that. There was also, if it wasn't for Casemiro and Wan-Bissaka clearing it off the line, he'd have been screwed. But there was also another incident as well where he received the ball back to his feet and the ball went straight under his foot and nearly went in as well.
Yeah.
So they did have very big doubts.
Dan, I don't know if you want to watch it or if you want to do it now, but I think you've got the Carabao Cup draw now.
What is it still? I'm surprised it's not been done.
Jamie Carragher's there. They got the ball in front of him.
Ah, right. Fair enough. We are at the end of it, so why not?
Shea Gibbons doing it. What did I say, Jamie Carragher?
God knows.
I saw Shea Gibbons.
Huh?
I saw Shea Gibbons.
Hey, Hez Goals has been seized. The website for Hez Goals has been seized.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Do you remember we did our stream and it was the top 10 goalkeepers on the first one, and I didn't even know Shea Gibbons was what 6'1". I thought he was like 5'8". Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was like then. How tall is Shea Gibbons?
I do remember that. Burnley Sladar says, I've been saying it for about a year about Barnes. Still say it now, even though he's hit legendary status with his exploits in the derby. Brad says, best thing Burnley can do in January is go for a loan move in over a permanent signing. Clubs looking to get promising youngsters out on loan. Ideal move, especially in the Championship. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they get Eddie Nketiah next season off of Arsenal.
Saeed says, if West Ham don't want him, he can come back to Burnley. Yeah, I will take Cornet back in a heartbeat. He says we can have Harris and Ashby. Nah, we'll take Cornet back instead. Henry says, take each game as it comes, especially with the festive season. Yes. Even Brad says, oh yeah, old 3 foot Shea Given.
3 foot Shea Given, yeah.
Burnley Sladar says, that was his problem last year. Cornet seems to be made of plasticine. Yeah, and Naz says, I've got a great website for you if you ever need one, Dan. Yeah, fire it over, Nate. Fire it over if needs be, as long as it's not Pornhub. As long as it's not Pornhub or X-Hamster or any of them buggers.
Well,
I think I've just thrown myself to the wind there by just ramming off 2 or 3 websites. But no, fire it over, mate. Fire it over. But that is the predictions. If
you're interested, Manchester United are at home and they've been drawn Charlton Athletic.
They wanted Charlton as well.
Yeah, they got Charlton.
Mr. B and Andy Tate, who I was talking to on the United Agenda, both said they would be very happy with winning the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
So,
and also, here's another one now. The quarterfinal draw is Southampton.
I said it. I said he were ending our talks in as well. It says, evening, folks. You're happy with the draw talk? Happy with the draw against Charlton? You're happy with that? Who's got City?
Southampton's home to Manchester City.
Oh, big game for you, Anthony. Big game.
And here we go. Nottingham Forest is at home.
Oh.
And who are
Luke,
they got?
if you're in. Luke, if you're in.
Ball number 7. Oh, Nottingham Forest are home to Wolves.
Forest against Wolves. I'm sure they would have wanted Leicester. I'm definitely sure they would have wanted Leicester.
Well, there's 2 balls left now. The last 2. So if you
So
want me to
are
tell
Leicester
you,
at home or are they away? We shall see.
number 4. Right. Well, Newcastle.
Newcastle at home to Leicester, I'm guessing.
Ball number 2, Leicester City.
Wow. Brad says that we're away, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you're away to Newcastle.
Away to Newcastle. Talk says, yes, we are sailing to the final, bro. Sailing to the final.
Do you reckon the final will be Talk? Man United and Newcastle? Final?
Newcastle City for me.
Is it?
Newcastle City, I think, in final, if they don't meet each other next. But send it. The fact that you're asking me whether I want it in the chat or Instagram, send it to Instagram just in case.
Yeah. Instagram, definitely Instagram.
Henry's got to go, but thank you for the stream. No, really appreciate it. I know we're hitting the 2-hour mark, but I do appreciate it. As I say, good night to yourself and good night all. As Henry says there. Brad says, didn't want to win the cup anyway. Talker Mew says, bring it on. And Luke says, Wolves at home, take that. Yes. Yeah, not a bad result for Forest. Not a bad result for Forest at all. Thank you very much, Anthony, for joining me for these Boxing Day fixtures and for obviously going through the predictions in regards to.
Yeah, and also extra, the viewers got a quarter final of the Carabao Cup draw as well.
Yep. See, they wasn't expecting that this evening. Yeah, no, I've seen your messages, Nate. Seen your messages coming through. To be fair, I've got the old Fire Stick cracked up for some of the fixtures. But if that ever goes down, I know where I'm heading. Thank you very much for everyone in the chat. As I said, this is the video that is going to be the last one before Christmas. And I looked earlier because I received a message, as I said earlier, of a copyright claim for the video that I put up in regards to saying Merry Christmas to you all and thank you for the likes and shares. Apparently the music I used, but even though I had the rights to it, hey ho. But I do wish you all, from myself, from Anthony, from everybody that's been on the chat this year, from everyone that's been on with us, we would love to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. Have a great Christmas, no matter what you are doing in the world, and have a fantastic New Year as well. Whatever you're doing, it's not about what's under the tree. Remember that. It's not about what's under the tree. It's about the people around it. And yes, I know there's people out there who, for some people, it's a very bad time of year that I sound like I'm going on a Bob Geldof rant here, but I think it's only fair that mental health is very rife. Whether you're a football fan, whether you're just a person, no matter what. And I want you to all know that even over this festive period, my DMs will be open if people need a chat. It's a horrible time of year to be alone. So never think you are on your own, because there is people out there who are willing to listen and willing to give you that time of day. So never think that that's it.
Yeah. Always pick up the phone to someone. There's always someone there on the other end that will listen to you. Definitely.
Thank you very much to everyone as well. Claret One says, love the content. Appreciate it. As I say, we will be back with some watch-alongs as well. Burlington Ladar says, laters or laters to your fan self, BTID. Nas says, nice one, guys. And happy Crimbo, everyone as well. Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas.
Big shout out. Talk
and
says, laters, folks. Yes, indeed. Latest folks, have a great Christmas. Hope everything is okay with the family, Dan. I'm just trying to think positive in regards to my dad. That's basically the main thing that I'm trying to think about more than all else. But no, I really do appreciate it. And as Nate says there, Merry Christmas, take care. Mental health is real, sadly. Yes, it is. It is indeed. So please, everyone, do have a cracking Christmas and New Year. Anthony, again, just before we wrap this up, where can people find you and your stuff?
Yeah, you can find me at my socials on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at my name, Anthony Herbert. You can also find me on the Football United TV channel where I host a show called Gunner Small Corners. Just chatting to Arsenal fans, talking everything Arsenal, having a bit of a laugh, bit of a debate, bit of a discussion. It's all friendly. So if anybody would like to, subscribe to the show, put in your comments. I always read out literally nearly everyone's comments because it's nice to have your comments being read out, sort of thing. So yeah, there's that. And also, it's like what Van was saying and what we said. Just what I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. And obviously, going about what Van said about also with mental health. Always pick up the phone. There's someone at the other end of the phone that'll always listen. So, but whatever it is you're doing, stay safe and make it a good one.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. As much as we sat here and we're necking these and we're knocking ciders and lagers and shorts back over the festive year, don't let that be don't let, because that happened, because that's in your system, don't let that be the answer to your problems as well.
No.
As much as I'm sat here and I've got a warm glow about me, I know I'm still battling everything with my dad. But you're never alone. So without going into too much detail, just remember the DMs are open for anybody and everybody to show their support. Anthony's not got his own channel, Naz, but he does do a program on the Football United channel. It's regarding Arsenal.
It's Football United TV, which a guy called Matt owns it. But I do a Gunner Arsenal channel on his channel basically, and I mean fair play to him for a Man United fan to let me do that on his stream. That's is all good, and it's just like everything that we're talking about now. Is people that does these streams as well, even though we haven't met each other personally in the flesh. The saying is, but
until April, mate. Till
April. Obviously, when we kick your ass, and, we're gonna destroy you all corners of the pitch. And but yeah, we're like we're good friends. It's like a YouTube family sort of thing, and we all get on and we try and give you good content as we go along. So that's it, really.
No, it is. It is indeed. Nate says it here. I've said it before, but all these watch-alongs, previews, and predictions has made watching football so much more enjoyable, especially during the holiday season. So thank you. No, I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate it. As I said, the previews may be few and far between because trying to get hold of people to do a preview over the festive period, very difficult. But I will try and bring you what I can in terms of a watch along, or at least putting things out on the socials that you guys can be involved in, like getting your score predictions in and things like that. So please do keep yourselves involved. And
you never know. Me and Dan might have a quiz.
Yes,
me against him.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I know I've still got to do my bit on Brad's channel, but I'm not looking forward to it. Especially you've set a good benchmark with that score. You certainly
32.
have.
Yeah,
certainly have.
I'm panicking about Doug because I think Doug is doing really well. He's the one that I really. I mean, I only know what I know at the end of the day, and it's just obviously
Yeah.
sometimes it's pop up with the questions like, but
And you pulled it out with that question about number 10s with William Gallas, and
yes, yes,
that was a very good question you pulled out the bag, because you were going to go 6 at first, and then you went 7, didn't you?
yeah, yeah. And
You did very
William
well with
Gallas
that
was
one.
the last one that I thought of as well.
It was a good shout, very good shout. Can't
Yeah,
blame you for that.
he made my number 7.
As I say, people, thank you very much for the love and support this side of the year. Anyway, I know we will be doing another show before the year is out. So thank you very much, Nat, to yourself, Claret One, Nat, to yourself, Naz, and take care, Luke, as well. But please, please, please do have a very good Christmas, and don't forget to join us not long after, the day after Boxing Day, when you're all rough as fuck and not knowing what to do with your day. Join us on the 27th, where Tuesday night, we will be bringing you the watch along for Burnley versus. Fuck off. Burnley facing Birmingham. And then on the 30th, literally 3 days later, we'll be bringing you a watch along for Stoke versus Burnley away at the Bet365 Stadium. Join us then for those. If I can get you a preview in between, we will, but we shall see. Anthony will be back with us next weekend to preview the New Year's fixtures coming up, to see in 2023's games. But until then, have a very, very, very nice Christmas. Enjoy yourself, whatever. And remember, it's not what under the tree, it's who's around it. Love you all. Thank you for the support, and take care. Good night.